Hey friends, family, whoever you guys are watching this. I wanted to make this like a recap video just for this last month's update, but wasn't able to. And so I'm doing it now, or just like God put it on my heart just to kind of just make this video just to, it's so, like I could be relaying so much information to you guys via email and just like, it's just a lot. But to see my face and to like hear my heart is, a little bit different. So this is why I wanted to make this and just share with you guys like what's happening. I know I had mentioned I shared some of my goals this upcoming year. I already have taken action on those goals, but just wanted to also make this just to share what my goals are this upcoming school year, and like my heart behind what I want for my students and for FCA at my schools and all that. So last school semester was awesome. It was great. I started off with my 2 schools in January and then had 2 more in April. And so now on this new school year, I'll have all four of my schools. Right now, I am currently trying to basically work up like having more volunteers and getting more people connected. I've been reaching out to a couple, just last week I reached out to a couple more churches, and just really wanting to be able to be connected with local churches, because when students come to our huddles and want to go to church or want to know more, like I can have churches that I'm connected to. And so I'm trying to develop that, trying to build up just the volunteers that I have at my school. Now with 4 schools, I'm gonna be a bit more busy, trying to navigate that and juggle all of that. And so I'm super excited to be on Pacifica and Kennedy and Foley. So that's like what we're doing there. And then for my student leaders, like my intention in my heart this past summer is just like trying to still build more relationships with them and still get closer to them. And so I feel like I've been able to do that. And so thank you guys for your prayers on that, because it was like a prayer that I would get like more connected with them, and and just not even like outside of like the ministry realm, just like to get to know them and know their lives and everything. And so I feel like I've been able to build a lot of like closer relationships, which has been super, super sweet. And so with that, building those relationships is like them being able to trust me and be able to open up to me and whatnot. And so that's my hope, is that like I can be a place of support for them when they go through different things in their lives, and that I can encourage them in their faith meanwhile, they go through these hardships or whatever it is. And so my goal and my intention is like for me to set the space and give them the space and set the tone for what it's like to like truly love Jesus and truly what it looks like to follow Jesus. Because there's so like we can call ourselves Christian, but if we're not actively doing like what God commands, and we're not trying to take a fight against sin, if we're not like truly loving him, we're not going to live lives that reflect that. And I know that like the only way we can like actually make an impact on these schools is if my students have the heart to reach other students and want to share Jesus with these other students and their teachers and whatnot. And so they can't do that. My student leaders can't do that unless they truly know like the Lord and truly see themselves as well. Because we can't, right? My take, I don't know, what do you want to call it? My view is like, we can't truly know the love of God if we don't truly know what we've been saved from. So my hope is that these students truly know like what they've been saved from, like the sin, like the consequences of sin, just seeing sin for what it is within themselves and outside of themselves. Like if we don't have a right understanding of that, or if we don't have a right understanding of God, then we're going to miss the love of God completely. And so my hope is that my students know the love of God, know what they've been saved from, because if not, it's like we can't we won't have the desire to share our faith with other people if we don't know the implications of our faith and of what we've been saved from. So, and honestly, like, this has been a journey for me, even within myself. And so just seeing that, like, my prayers literally, like, since like becoming Christian is, God, help me see you rightly, help me see myself rightly, and help me see others rightly. Help me see them through your eyes, through your heart, through like I want to see people the way you see them, God, and I want to hear them the way you hear them. And I want to have the heart for other people the way that you have your heart for set towards them. And so, and like, I've seen God just change me in that way, and just praying for that. Like, and that's the will of God, right? Like, it's the will of God to ask for those things. And so, for him to answer those prayers is not surprising, but it just, like, seeing the transformation I've seen in, like, myself is like, I've changed. Like, I have a different heart now. Like, I used to, back even before I was a Christian, like when I was in high school, I did not care for other people. So selfish and like, yeah. And so just to see like the change is just like a sweet thing. And so that's what I want for my students, is that they have this right understanding about God too. It's like we can't, we just will operate so differently if we don't have the right understanding and right view of God and of ourselves. And so if you guys can be partnering me in prayer with that, that is what my prayer request was in August. And just pray that my students would have this passion for the Lord and would truly seek after him. Like it says in Lamentations, like, he is good to those who seek him. And I truly, like, I'm trying to build that with my students, like trying to get them to come to these like sip away days where we're spending like an hour with the Lord. And I'm trying to build them up in that of like, we can spend an hour with the Lord and it's not boring. Like, we can spend multiple hours with the Lord and it's not boring. And honestly, like, if I had the time, like, I would love to take them up into the mountains and have them slip away like the whole day and see, like, I want to build up that within themselves, is like, we don't have to spend 5 minutes with God. We can spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And so, and like, we can learn so much. And so that's kind of my intention with those slip away days. And at the same time, God's just been reminding me this past month of like how good it is to play with one another. And like, of course, FC, like, we love sports. I love sports, and like just being able to play like volleyball and spike ball and doing pickleball with them is like, getting able to play with them, like, kind of like breaks down the walls and just creates that like space with them where we have like a connection. And being a part of Hume Lake, working there, that's kind of their thing with like recreation, and they've seen how like literally play just breaks down the walls. And so kind of taking that from Hume, but also God like kind of just reminded me that when I went up to Hume, like, play is huge. Like, and even with me wanting to create my relationships with my students is like play with them. And so I love playing too. So I'm like, okay, God, like, that's not hard for me. So yeah, just like creating these opportunities for my students to even like play with one another, to build those bonds, because that's also my heart for them, is that they won't like feel confident if they're not united, and just seeing how much unity plays a role. So just really praying for unity. So please pray for that too. Unity within my student leaders so that they can go out and be confident on their school campuses. Just that's another prayer of mine. And one last thing is that like my hope in being better this school year is just being like, I feel like I'm kind of organized, but still getting a hang of this role. Like, I feel like it changes from season to season. And so another goal is to be able to reach out to you guys a little bit more, to be more consistent in reaching out and hearing from you guys and coming alongside you guys in prayer, because I can, ask for prayer all I want, but this is not just like, this is a partnership. I hope you guys know that, like, you guys are taking part in this ministry for the kingdom ultimately, but I also want to come alongside you guys. I love praying anyways. Like, I love intercessory prayers. So like, I want to be praying for you guys too. So that's my goal, is to also be reaching out to you guys more, to get and be involved in your guys' lives, and just come alongside you, because you guys go through hard things too, and you guys, have various prayer requests. So that's my goal, and I'm making this video so you guys can keep me accountable as well. Keep me accountable in that, please. Like, I want you guys to know that you guys are so deeply appreciated, and I'm so grateful for you guys that you would choose to partner with me in this ministry, with your finances, with your prayer, and that it does. Like, I am so grateful. So grateful. This is the second take I'm doing in this video, but the last one I was like tearing up because yeah, and I like probably can start to tear up now, but just I am so grateful for you guys. Yeah, I am so grateful. One, for just this opportunity that, yeah, you guys trust me with your finances. It's not easy for me to ask people for money, and I know that, you know, this is for the Lord ultimately, but it's like it's a challenge, you know. And so I thank you guys for just trusting me with your money, trusting me in this ministry. It is an honor. Yeah, it is an honor to be trusted. And there's also pressure in that, like, there's also pressure in that. Like, I want to be able to do good, and steward your guys' money well, and whether that's within my own personal finances or even within the ministry and stewarding money well. Yeah, like in the past, finances, when I was younger and not walking with the Lord, it was a struggle, an area of struggle with me. And I'm saying this as, yeah, like full disclosure, like I want you guys to be aware. And I mean, I'm better now, but it is my goal. Like, I don't, you know, ever want to fall back into being a bad steward. And so I just thank you guys for like trusting me. It literally is an honor and a privilege for you guys to trust me with your money. And of course, I know it's like all things are the Lord, but the fact that you guys want to give into this ministry and towards me, like it really is an honor. So I hope you guys know that I'm so grateful for you. And so as with that, it's just to give you guys an update of where I'm at with my finances. I'm still just a little over my monthly goal of being 75% funded. Basically, I just need about $1,000 more of monthly support. So that means, like, you know, I could have 10 new donors who give me $100 each. That would cover me. So if you guys can be praying for that, I've been trying a little bit more the past couple months, or like that's been my goal. And so for that, I'm praying on either 10 more people, 10 new people to come alongside me in this ministry. And I have some people who like I'm waiting on, basically, and praying on, and praying for the correct timing, even because, you know, I want to do it on the Lord's timing, and I'm praying that He would guide me into that. Just really asking the Lord to guide me in this, and guide me to the right people, and to guide me into people who would honestly like want to make an impact through this ministry. And so if you guys could be praying for me on that, or if any of you guys are interested in increasing your giving, that could also help me push me towards my goal as well. So if you guys want to do that, please let me know. I will instruct you on how you can do that. But yeah, just know that I do appreciate you guys already for what you are giving, and just your prayers as well in this ministry. And so that's just an update, and hopefully like we'll get to see like a harvest this school year. And obviously, like I'm not like a big numbers person, like, oh, let's see how many people we can get in to FCA's, you know, huddles. But I really believe and really trust that my students have this opportunity to be able to invite as many kids as they can, and so that these kids can hear the gospel, and so these kids can know about God. So yeah, just pray for that. Pray for a harvest. Pray for seeds to be watered and seeds to be planted as well, and that God would just do the growth, because He's the only one who can. So thank you guys for watching this. I know it was a little bit long, so if you're sticking around this fast or this long, thank you guys again for your time and for your partnership.